If you're thinking about stopping birth control, there's a couple of things I need you to know before you do. For one, your body is going to go through major changes and shifts. You're going to have to be able to learn and be able to support your body while it goes through this transition. You've been giving your body something every day, every month, whatever form of birth control you were on, and now you are going to completely remove that from your regimen. So your body is going to react. Be aware that traditional birth control is not the only way to protect yourself. Being off birth control, I will say you need to be more responsible, you need to have more boundaries, and you need to stand on business more. This is coming from somebody who stopped birth control almost 4 years ago. I was on birth control from the time I was 16 until the time I was about 25. So how can you support your body through this transition? I got me a naturopath doctor almost 3 to 4 years ago, right around the time when I stopped birth control. And I learned about a naturopath doctor from a coworker, and I'm so thankful for her, because if she didn't tell me about this naturopath, I wouldn't have an experience to speak to when it comes to having a naturopath doctor. So a naturopath doctor receives the same training, medical training, etc. as a regular doctor. They just focus more so on a holistic approach. One of the first things my naturopath doctor tried with me was seed cycling. So seed cycling takes a series of seeds and you rotate them throughout the month. You can put them in your smoothie, you can eat them plain, you can put them in your salads, however you want. So you have, and don't get me wrong, because I'm not currently seed cycling, but I did this earlier in my journey. Flaxseed, pumpkin seed, sunflower seed are the main seeds you want to use. And if you do a quick Google search, you can see the seed cycling chart, when you're supposed to take what seeds, how much, etc. Seed cycling helps by balancing your hormones. The way that you show up in the world in terms of your mental health is a direct reflection of your hormones. If somebody is experiencing more anxiety, more depression, more fluctuations in mood, they probably have unbalanced hormones. If somebody is more joyful, more happy, mood is more stable, they probably have balanced hormones. So you really have to learn to pay attention to yourself. What are your moods like? What time of the month are you feeling like this? And you just want to make sure you are being very, very attentive to yourself during this transition. On top of seed cycling, you want to make sure you're eating your leafy green vegetables. You might want to add in turmeric somewhere within, either taking a turmeric supplement, using it in when you're cooking, because turmeric is good for inflammation, which helps with your cycles and things like that. On top of the seed cycling, you can also take supplements. You need to make sure you are aware of any deficiencies and things like that. So I take a vitamin D supplement, I take a magnesium supplement, I take a burdock root supplement, I take a probiotic. So you have to get into like a regimen of supplements that are going to be best fit for you and what you have going on. So I encourage you to get tested, test every single thing, all your blood levels and things like that, because a lot of times, especially us as Black women, we have vitamin D. Like, you're thinking you're depressed, sis, you have low vitamin D. Like, you don't, like, your vitamin D is non-existent. Keep yourself up to speed when it comes to your different levels and things like that. I said it before and I'll say it again. I'm almost 4 years off birth control, and I have not been pregnant by choice. And so you have to really protect yourself. You have to really be self-aware. You have to really stand on business, and you can't just deal with any and everyone every day, etc., etc., if that makes sense. Like, if you're not in a relationship, I'm not in a relationship, so therefore I'm not sexually active right now. And I'm okay with that. And I'm used to this. And I just feel like, especially at this point in my life, especially since my last relationship, like, if I'm not in a relationship or we're not working towards a relationship, then I don't need to be doing anything. And that's just my thought. That's what has kept me safe. That's why I have not had any unexpected or unplanned pregnancies, because I don't play those games. Like, I literally don't play those games. And I'm going to ruffle some feathers, but I'm going to say it anyway. A lot of you are having unprotected sex and you're letting men ejaculate in you. And that's why when somebody speaks about not being on birth control, you don't know what to do and you're so lost. And I'm going to advise you, do what you want, but that is not safe. It's not safe and it's not healthy. It's not safe and it's not healthy. Condoms work. The pull-out method works. Celibacy works. Tracking your cycle works. It might not work for you, but it works. So we have to figure out what's best for us. And I just want to add this little sprinkle. Just because you are using a condom does not mean you're protected from the spiritual energy exchange that sex has. So you can use all of the protection that you want. The energy exchange is still there. The spiritual exchange is still there. So keep that in mind. So I say all that to say, ladies, let's start being more selfish with our wombs. Your womb is a portal. You are the earth. Like, you are everything. You are the epitome of everything. So let's be careful with who we're letting in our wombs. And if you're letting somebody do the do in you, you should be extra careful. I don't play those games. I don't play those games. I might have played them before when I was on birth control. When I stopped birth control, I knew exactly what I was doing. I knew the decision I was making. And I knew who I was dealing with at the time. And this is what it is. So you're going to be on board or that's it. And that's just what it was. And there are so many myths when it comes to birth control. Some people will say, oh, as soon as you get off, you'll get pregnant. That did not happen with me. That did not happen with me. A lot of people will say, oh, the natural birth control methods don't work. The pill is 98, and correct me if I'm wrong. The pill is 98% effective, I think. And if you utilize the natural birth control methods effectively, it's the same percentage. It's the same percentage. And if you enjoyed this conversation, please don't forget that I am actively still working on my birth control ebook titled The Birth Control Journey They Don't Talk About. I am happy to share more knowledge with you, more concrete information, more helpful tips, plus more. So please make sure you're subscribed to my channel. You're following me on TikTok at That Social Worker Entrepreneur. I'm also on Instagram, That Social Worker Entrepreneur.